So, what's the real story with Arissa LeBrock and her secret connection to a top WWE superstar? The internet has been buzzing about it for months. You've probably seen the forum posts and the social media threads, all convinced that this is a classic wrestling romance in the making. There are whispers of secret dates, backstage favoritism, a new hidden power couple. It's a great story. But what if I told you the truth is way more interesting? What if the real story has bigger, more lasting implications for the entire future of the WWE Women's Division? The connection is real. The relationship is intense. But it is not what you think. We're about to pull back the curtain on the intense professional mentorship that's been happening behind the scenes. A relationship that is secretly forging her into a future force in the wrestling world. Forget the tabloid gossip. This is a story about ambition, legacy, and the making of a future champion. Stay tuned, because the truth behind Arissa LeBrock's shocking WWE relationship is about to be exposed. In pro wrestling, the line between what happens on TV and what happens in real life is almost non-existent. Fans are just as hungry for the real-life drama as they are for what goes down on Raw and SmackDown. Who's dating who? Who actually hates each other? These questions fuel a whole online world of news, speculation, and, let's be honest, a lot of completely made-up rumors. And into this whirlwind steps Arissa LeBrock, a name that seems practically designed for this kind of attention. Let's break down why the rumor mill went nuts. First, you've got her incredible family tree. She's the daughter of action movie icon Steven Seagal and supermodel Kelly LeBrock. That fact alone makes people pay attention. Hollywood royalty trying to cross over into the wrestling world? That's a headline. It immediately puts her under a microscope that most up-and-coming wrestlers never have to face. Every photo, every post, every public sighting gets picked apart for some kind of hidden meaning. Then, you add in the famously secretive nature of the wrestling business. WWE is known for protecting its image and keeping things quiet. Think about some of the biggest couples in WWE history, Triple H and Stephanie McMahon, or Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins. The early days of their relationships were the subject of fan speculation for ages before anything was ever confirmed. So there's a history here. Fans are trained to look for the signs and connect the dots because they know that where there's smoke, there's sometimes fire. So, when someone like Arissa LeBrock, with her high-profile background, starts making moves toward a wrestling career, the speculation machine goes into overdrive. The logic is simple and juicy. A beautiful, ambitious woman with a famous name enters a world full of larger-than-life male athletes. The internet's immediate guess? She must be dating one of them. It's a story we've seen a million times in celebrity culture. It's easy, it's scandalous, and it gets clicks. But in this case, the hunger for a simple gossip story has made everyone miss the much bigger picture. So, let's just cut to the chase. After all the whispers and wild speculation, is there any credible proof of a secret romance between Arissa LeBrock and a main roster WWE superstar? The answer is a clear and simple no. Looking through legitimate wrestling news, insider reports, and even Arissa's own public statements, there's absolutely nothing to back these rumors up. Her connections to the wrestling world are very real, but they're built on something far more demanding than secret dates. Pure professional ambition. The relationship that has everyone talking isn't a hidden romance. It's a series of powerful, smart, and professional connections she has been carefully building for years. This story isn't about love, it's about labor. It's a story of sweat, sacrifice, and a relentless drive to earn a place in one of the toughest industries on the planet. This is a classic case of misreading the evidence, mostly because the scandalous version is more fun. On social media, a single picture or a quick collaboration can be blown way out of proportion. We see it constantly. A male star praising a female trainee's work ethic gets twisted into proof of romantic interest. A joint training session is suddenly seen as a secret date, not professional development. The reality is, breaking into WWE is a massive undertaking, and nobody does it alone. It takes guidance, mentorship, and a network of trusted people who can help you navigate the tricky politics of the business. Arissa LeBrock has been doing exactly that. She's been quietly putting in the work, looking for the best people in the industry to help her learn the craft. The relationship that actually matters isn't happening in a fancy restaurant. It's happening inside the ropes of a wrestling ring under the guidance of a legend, and that story is far more compelling than any tabloid fantasy. Now we get to the truth of it all. The single most important professional relationship in Arissa LeBrock's wrestling journey isn't with some mystery main eventer she's supposedly dating. It's with a true wrestling icon and one of the most respected trainers in the business today, Dustin Rhodes. That's right, the shocking relationship is actually a mentorship with the man formerly known as Goldust, a veteran with decades of top-level experience. For anyone who doesn't know, after his legendary career, Dustin founded the Rhodes Wrestling Academy in Texas. It has quickly become a top-tier training facility known for its tough, old-school approach. It's not a place for people looking for shortcuts. It's where you go to learn the fundamentals from a master of the craft. And that's exactly where Arissa LeBrock has been grinding. She enrolled in the Rhodes Wrestling Academy to learn from one of the absolute best. This isn't just about learning moves. A mentorship with Dustin Rhodes is a complete education in pro wrestling. Ring psychology, character work, how to talk on a microphone, and all the unwritten rules of the locker room. It's about building a foundation that can lead to a long, successful career. Dustin Rhodes has even publicly praised Arissa's drive and potential, noting her incredible work ethic. In a business where compliments from veterans are earned, not given, that's a huge stamp of approval. It shows she's not just relying on her famous name. In March 2023, all that hard work paid off when Arissa made her official in-ring debut at a Rhodes Wrestling Academy student showcase. That wasn't just practice. It was her first real step as a pro wrestler, a moment made possible by the trust and guidance of her mentor. This relationship, built on respect and a shared passion for the business, is the real secret to her future. Before we break down the other connections Arissa is making and how her unique background sets her up for a potential WWE run, if you're enjoying this look behind the curtain of the wrestling world, do us a solid. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell so you never miss out on the real stories. And let us know in the comments, which WWE legend would you want as your mentor? While her mentorship with Dustin Rhodes is the foundation of her training, it's not the only professional relationship Arissa LeBrock has been building. Any smart prospect knows that success is about more than one mentor. It's about building a whole network and understanding the system, and that's exactly what she's been doing. Her journey didn't just start at the Rhodes Academy, it started by knocking directly on WWE's front door. Back in December 2019, Arissa was part of an official WWE tryout at the Performance Center in Orlando, Florida. This is a huge piece of the puzzle. The Performance Center is the heart of WWE's entire developmental system. Just getting a tryout means you are officially on the company's radar. It's a brutal multi-day evaluation where they test your athleticism, your promo skills, and your raw potential. While she wasn't signed to a contract right then and later had a setback due to injury, the experience was priceless. It gave her a direct look at what WWE expects from its talent and showed her exactly what she needed to work on. Instead of getting discouraged, she used that experience as a blueprint. She figured out what skills she needed to sharpen and went to the best place to do it, which led her to Dustin Rhodes. But she didn't stop there. In a very smart move, Arissa also started her own podcast, Arissa Explains It All. This platform is brilliant because it does two things at once. It lets her build her own brand and connect directly with an audience, and it has become an incredible networking tool. She's used her podcast to interview current and former wrestling personalities, most notably having a long conversation with Lena Fanine, who fans will remember as the dominant Nia Jax. Think about how valuable that is. She's not just a fan asking questions. She's a peer in training, having deep discussions with seasoned veterans about their careers and the keys to their success. She's absorbing knowledge straight from the source, learning about the locker room, the grind of the road, and the mental toughness it takes to be a WWE superstar. It's a level of insider education most prospects only dream of. To really get what kind of competitor Arissa LeBrock could be, you have to look past her wrestling training and see the foundation she built long before she ever stepped in a ring. Her potential isn't just because of her last name or her recent mentorships. It's built on a lifetime of exposure to combat and a serious commitment to martial arts. Long before the WWE tryouts, Arissa was deep into the demanding discipline of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, training at the respected Paragon Jiu-Jitsu and Kickboxing Academy. This is a huge deal for a future WWE superstar. BJJ isn't about flashy moves. It's about leverage, submissions, and controlling an opponent. It builds legitimate toughness and an understanding of body mechanics that translates perfectly to the mat-based, technical style that's so valued in wrestling. Wrestlers like Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey proved how effective a real martial arts background can be in creating a believable dominant character. Arissa comes from that same world, giving her instant credibility. She has a base that simply can't be faked. And of course, you can't talk about her foundation without mentioning her father, Steven Seagal. While her career is her own, growing up in that environment clearly exposed her to the discipline of martial arts from day one. This unique upbringing, combined with her earlier career as a successful plus-size model and her time on the reality show Growing Up Supermodel, creates a perfect mix of glamour and grit. She understands entertainment, but she also has the toughness of a trained fighter. That combination is rare, it's marketable, and it's what makes her such an exciting prospect. So, with all these pieces in place, the Hollywood name, the modeling background, the legit BJJ skills, the WWE tryout, the podcast network, and the elite training under Dustin Rhodes, what could this all mean for her future and for WWE? This is where we can have a little fun and do some fantasy booking, but it's based on a very real and impressive foundation. The WWE Women's Division is more competitive than ever. To make a mark, a new superstar needs something that makes them unique. Arissa LeBrock has the potential to check every box. Her story practically writes itself. She could be billed as the Hollywood combatant, a woman who shatters expectations. She has the camera-ready look of a model, but the dangerous skills of a martial artist. That duality is a recipe for a killer character. Imagine her debut. She wouldn't just be another prospect from NXT, she'd arrive with a built-in mystique. The commentary team could tell the story of her famous parents, but then quickly pivot to her hardcore training with a legend like Dustin Rhodes and her background in BJJ. That immediately sets her up as a legitimate threat, someone who isn't there because of her name, but because she chose the hardest path to prove she belongs. In the ring, her style could be a captivating hybrid. Using her BJJ, she could have a submission-based offense, making her a threat to tap out anyone on the roster. It would set her apart from the high flyers and powerhouses. She could be the division's submission specialist, ready to end a match at any moment. Combine that with the poise she picked up from modeling and TV, and she's a natural for the WWE spotlight. Her journey, from a show about supermodels to the rugged mats of a Texas wrestling school, proves her dedication. So, the buzz around Arissa LeBrock and a secret WWE relationship was real, but the story got twisted. The internet was looking for a simple piece of romance gossip, but the truth is more complex, more inspiring, and way more important for the world of wrestling. The shocking relationship we've uncovered today isn't one of love, but one of mentorship, sweat, and legacy. It's the professional bond she forged with a legend like Dustin Rhodes, who is shaping her into a legitimate competitor. It's the network of connections she's building through her podcast and the fact that she was on WWE's radar as far back as 2019. Arissa LeBrock's story isn't about who she's dating. It's about what she's building. She's combining her unique heritage with a legitimate combat sports background and an education from one of wrestling's great minds. She is putting together all the tools needed to not just make it in WWE, but to take over. The real headline isn't about a secret boyfriend. It's about the potential arrival of a true game-changer for the women's division. What do you think? Will Arissa LeBrock's intense preparation make her the next big thing in WWE? Let us know your thoughts down in the comments.